You're listening to The Paul Higgins Show, where ambitious tech consultants come to unlock their potential. After 18 years as a global leader, I launched several businesses, culminating in a successful exit. I'm sharing what I learned, plus what's working now from mentoring tech consultants. You will hear leaders within our industry to help you build a business you love that allows you to do what you want. If you are looking for immediate cash flow wins to fuel your growth, go to our free ebook at paulhigginsmentoring.com/roadmap. If you're a tech consultant who wears multiple hats and feels like you never have enough time to focus on what is essential, you are not alone. It is all too common, but it doesn't have to be that way. Hello, this is Paul Higgins, and welcome to episode 539 of The Paul Higgins Show, solo episode today. I'm excited to share with you 5 game-changing productivity hacks. These strategies are designed to help you cut through the noise and focus on what truly drives your success. The most important asset as a business owner is your time. Why am I positioned to give you these 5 hacks? 1, I was a facilitator for the number 1 productivity training company, Franklin Covey. 2, it is my superpower. I've been working on it since 1993, and the truth be known, I've been working on it all my life because my mum was a school teacher, and she absolutely drilled personal productivity into myself and my brother. And number 3 is I've been mentoring tech consultants daily to see what works and what doesn't, right? So this is not a hypothetical. This is based on practical events. So what are the 5? The first one is right clients. The second is right team. The third is power of video. The fourth is power of AI. And the 5th is time blocking. Now, you might think that they don't sound too unique, Paul, but I've got a unique spin on each of these, and let me go through each one at a time. So the first one is right clients. Think about your portfolio of clients right now. Where is most of your time and resources spent? Is it on your best clients? Let's be honest, it's probably not. It is likely spent on clients who you least like to work with. It isn't your client's fault. They gave you plenty of warning signals and signs during the sales process, and we simply ignored them, or we simply didn't address them. At the time, you rationalized the decision based on the need for revenue and convinced yourself it wouldn't be as bad as you think. The only problem is it is worse. I can show you a way of setting up your ideal client criteria, but ultimately your inner voice knows when a client isn't the right fit. Listening to this voice and taking a short-term revenue hit is always the best decision. So we've covered number 1, right clients. Next is number 2, the right team. I mentor competent people who shortchange themselves by doing tasks they can do but shouldn't do. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That was drummed into me by one of my first bosses back at Coca-Cola. Think about what you did yesterday for a moment. How many tasks were aligned to your unique talents, your superpowers? Was it less than 50%? From my Franklin Covey days, approximately 50% of your role is non-urgent, not important tasks. Don't get me wrong, they need to be done, but they don't need to be done by you. If you're a long-term listener of the show, you have heard me say that the business owner ultimately needs 3 key things. 1, a computer, 2, a phone, and 3, an assistant. By using an assistant, you can allocate more time to sales. Sales equals more revenue, and more revenue means that you can afford to build your team. Most people say, I don't know what I should give an assistant. The number 1 way to work this out is write down what you do in a week, right? It doesn't matter where it is, on a bit of paper, in a Google sheet, wherever. And that is a brilliant starting point. And just put do, delegate, delete, right? And go through, and everything that you do, put it in one of those 3 buckets. I have numerous resources from my past life of running a virtual assistant business with a full list of all the tasks that they could do. Just reach out to me and I'll gladly provide it. If you're a member of the Tech Collective, just filter VA in Airtable, located in the resources channel, and you can go and find them straight away. The rest of the team depends on your skill set, right? What your unique superpowers are and what you need to hand off to someone else. It could be a business analyst, a system analyst, a project manager, customer service manager, or a customer service person, right, etc. You will have to balance what you take in the short term, i.e. your wages and dividends, what you draw out of the business, to build the team and gain more in the medium to long term. So basically what you're doing is you're taking your short-term impact to your own personal income to build a team that's going to help you make more income in the future. So again, reach out, and we also have providers for all of these roles from various parts in the world, so we can help you build your team. So we went through number 1, right clients, 2, the right team, now the power of video. When was the last time you used video? It might have been for allocating a task, doing an update to your team, or updating a client. And I don't mean just having a Zoom or a Teams meeting, right? This is using video in your day-to-day work. If it wasn't yesterday, you are missing a trick. The upside of living in Australia and having clients and team members worldwide is different time zones, right? I have to be good at asynchronous communication, and asynchronous video is a key part of that, right? And as I said, the best form is video. I use Zyght, so that's Zight, for quick videos. Something that I just want to, if I'm doing a task, instead of having it in text, what I do is actually do a video of it, me explaining it, right? And I also use Tella, which is TELLA.TV, for more extensive videos. And the links will be in the show notes, but you can go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/resources to get links to both of those. And what you use matters less, to be honest. What matters most is how you use it. Every task you allocate, as I said, should have an accompanying video to it. Now, I don't mean a really simple, basic task. But for example, I'm working with my designer at the moment, and I normally do a video and explain it. Well, I haven't been in the office, so I haven't been doing videos, and we've gone back and forth because she couldn't really understand what I wanted, and it's, wasted time for both of us and stopped me getting revenue because it slowed down on getting the key asset out the door. So, tasks that are more complicated, definitely use video. And the other thing is forget typing, right? A video is so much easier to talk, to explain it, to do a screen share than typing, or certainly if you type at the pace I do. And as Mark Zuckerberg said when he said Facebook back then, before it was Meta, was mobile first, right? We're going to move to mobile first. I think you should be video first. So think video before you think any other mode. So we've gone 1, right clients, 2, right team, 3, power of video. Now we'll go to number 4, which is the power of AI. And I know AI is all the rage at the moment. I'm recording this in 2024. But as with video, when did you last use AI in your daily operations? The great news is there's a lot of AI now embedded in standard apps you use. So I use Grammarly, I use Gmail, I use ClickUp. A lot of them have already got a form of AI embedded in it, and this is going to happen more and more, right, which is fantastic. But are you using it in addition to what the key apps you're using in the core? So, for example, I use ChatGPT. You might be using something else, but I use it for creating content, sales messages, research, the list goes on and on. Like video, AI should be a default habit for all your tasks. The power is in the prompts you use and how you improve them, right? The better you train whatever the AI you're using, for me, ChatGPT, and I use version 3.5 and 4, the better that I train it, the better the information. And I don't have time to delve all into it now and give you all the prompts, but just reach out to me and I'll share my best prompts for you. And a disclaimer here, always put your own style in the finishing touches, right? Don't just take verbatim. You know when you get a sales message and it's been purely written by AI and there's been no style change, right? And as you read more and more messages, you start to see what's been generated from AI. So please put the finishing touches. It's just allows to do some of the heavy work for you. So we've covered right clients, number 1, 2, right team, number 3, power of video, number 4, the power of AI, and number 5 is time blocking. When I worked at Franklin Covey, I launched a program in Asia called the 5 Choices to Extraordinary Productivity. They had some of the leading neuroscientists in the world talk about how the brain works and how you should optimize it at work. How much do you know about how the brain works, and most importantly, how your brain works? If you were like me when I was first asked the question, not a lot, right? And it's incredible because every second of the day we use it. The neuroscientist spoke about the power of focus and how it takes you 15 minutes to refocus once distracted. Now, this was back in 2012, right? So I believe it's got a lot worse now because of the immediacy of social media and other apps that we're using on our mobile phones. So to help you focus, work in 30-minute blocks, focused on one topic and one topic only, right? I myself just use my timer. I won't say it because it'll go off on my mobile phone now, but I basically mention a 30-minute timer. It goes on, and what I do is just let it count down, and then I'm just focusing on one thing. So the big tip here is you're going to have other thoughts pop in your mind, right? So you're not going to be able to stop those. But what I do is just have a notepad next to me. So when the idea pops into my mind, I just write it down, right? And then I come back to it after the 30-minute block. So I'm not constantly getting distracted, okay? I've got that. Now, after the 30 minutes, whatever I've written down, it may still be important, it may not be, but I'm not going and starting another task, which is, once again, taking 15 minutes to refocus, which is really draining your time. So if time is your greatest asset, these 5 essential productivity hacks will help you to better use your time. Number 1, right clients. Number 2, right team. Number 3, power of video. Number 4, power of AI. And number 5, time blocking. And this is regardless of your personality style or your preferences. So ready, set, go. 1, implement one action from the 5. Number 2, get an accountability partner, as it's hard to implement this on your own. And number 3, reach out for the VA tasks, the experts, and the AI prompts, and I'll provide them to you. See you next time on the Paul Higgins Show, Solo Edition. Time for action. Let me know what you implemented from the show. I promise to respond. Plus, get the Tech Consultants Roadmap at paulhigginsmentoring.com/roadmap.